found something in a bit of a school building. It looked like it was a big metal like hatch on the ground on a square of concrete. Well, you know, whether there's anything in that still in existence, I've got no idea. Again, that's the only one like paragraph or mention of that I've ever heard in all the time I've been researching Salisbury.
Right, I'm here with Toby, who's from Salisbury area, and he's actually agreed to show us some of the interesting stuff. So we were outside a bunker here in Salisbury, which was something to do with a colonel that lived in the area.
Yeah, there was a colonel that lived in a house, I think on the opposite side of the road, that was demolished some time ago. The bunker was built for him, presumably his family as well. Then it was later, in the 80s, I think, converted into a nuclear bunker.
Great, well thanks for showing us this. We're going to have a look down there now and check it out, so thanks for showing us around. So Grasmere Close, that's the road down there, and then we've got a path that comes through, and then this is tucked in here is the old Cold War bunker, Salisbury. And it doesn't appear to be open, even though it said on the internet it would be. Typical.
Yeah, this bit was all a lot more overgrown. They just let it get like that, so it was quite hidden. You couldn't see it from the road.
Yeah, you can hire the studios in here. Quite interesting. Oh look, some kids have kind of helped themselves. Little hole.
They had this in the sound emporium there, and then they closed the building down. I think they've got a it was suggested they move in.
Steve, could you hold on to that for a sec? Ta.
Well, you wouldn't believe it. The man's gone.
Yeah, I think it was due to be relocated, they said.
Well, that's probably, that one up there was actually up there a long time before this one was taken down, so I guess they just used the one that was up on the hillside.
Yeah, the planning permission said that it was going to be relocated with the users going to go on to some other mast. So.
I suppose it stops the kids trying to climb it, doesn't it?
There's a air breather here. And this is probably an escape shaft of some description, because it goes, no, it's a breather. It's another breather.
There's also one on the far side as well. Another.
On the other side of the road, or?
Yeah, just it's sort of that big bushy, overgrown one. It's just on the corner there. Look.
Okay, and we've got this here, which looks like an emergency escape shaft. Really? So
yeah, the hatch is gone, the hatch is here.
Oh, well, that's interesting, because it's on the plans as being an escape hatch. So that means there's no way to escape the bunker. There's one way in, one way out then?
Yep, there is now.
Oh dear. So I wonder if that's part of the plans, to not have a way, an escape shaft.
It makes you wonder if they've actually capped it off down at the bottom ground level as well, so you can't even try and climb up the hole. Probably have to make it safe, being that they're letting kids in there, don't they? This is a thing.
Yeah.
And that was, I think it's 25-foot drop, that is.
Right.
When I came in here years ago, it was really quite well preserved inside. It was very little graffiti.
Right, this is interesting. We've got a concrete structure here, overgrown, so you wouldn't really suspect it to be anything unusual.
I can't see vents. Top of thing under the undergrowth.
Yeah, I can't see any signs of them there.
There, but you can see this one.
Ah, there we are, yeah. A little bit of a vent there. But yeah, It just looks, you know, it just looks like some sort of water company or something like that, doesn't it? You wouldn't think driving past it that this was a bunker, would you?
No.
I mean, you know, just a little gate, little bit of ground inside there.
Again, I've lived in Salisbury all my life, and I did ride past this when I was younger and sort of noticed it and thought nothing more of it, but it wasn't until probably 15 years ago I knew about it, and I've lived here all my life.
Yeah.
I have often wondered what those structures were, I think. But
And down out over that direction you can see Salisbury Cathedral. So we're on a downhill slope here. Downhill slope. And there's the walkway into it, and it was fairly overgrown for quite some time, so that would have hidden it away as well. You just see the entranceway there now. And there's a 20-metre long shaft inside there. So you come in, you walk 20 metres underground in that direction to get to the main bunker part. Yeah. So could you tell us a little bit about what's actually inside then, you know, what sort of size rooms and things?
there's two big rooms, 30 to 40 foot and sort of square, and then there's smaller rooms on the outside. There's air purification type room, like toilets, dormitories, a kitchen area. You know, there's a sort of BBC type studio bit down in there.
There was, yeah.
There was, with a glass bit and like a light on the top. You know.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite big in there. It's bigger than you think. Just as you enter this tunnel via this entrance, on the right hand side was the generator room, and that was only small. And you walked up the tunnel, and then it opened out into the bigger room.
Big bomb-proof doors there.
Big bomb-proof doors. You went in, yeah. I didn't go in this way. I come in the other way, but you come up to the door. The doors were still there, but they were open. Yeah. The front door you see here is only a thin metal door. Yeah. And the bomb doors are further in. I think it was actually done as a contamination area.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Muddy first.
Yeah, apparently if you come out of the bunker, post-apocalyptic, if you come out of the bunker and you're not exactly sure where to go, Salisbury, which is just now a burning pile of ash, is in that direction, and if there's no food or zombies there, you can go to Christchurch, which is 33¼ miles in that direction, where you can meet some sort of fried barbecued people and zombies over there. So yeah.
So this is the entrance tunnel.
On our way to see the chalk pits. You see the top of the chalk pits up there. So you think there could be some underground bits underneath here? You've been told by somebody else, haven't you?
It's literally just, it wasn't even that I was told by somebody else. I noticed it when I was a kid, and then I just kind of forgot about it, I suppose.
Right.
And then I was talking to a mate when we started like sort of exploring when I first did Shawmark about 10 years ago. We were talking and I sort of kind of clicked about this place up here. If you turn right here.
Okay.
There's like a concrete wall, it's like a loading platform. Behind the platform there was a brick archway.
Yep.
And a wall that was built up against it, but someone had obviously pulled the wall back and you could climb behind the wall and get in the first few feet of it.
Right. So it was an old quarry then, it was used as an actual quarry?
This was a quarry. The first time I come up here as a kid, and I was, under the age of 10, there was still machinery at the top there. What they were doing was, they were getting rid of the old entranceways. I'll show you where they are when we get up here a little bit.
Okie doke.
And that was obviously, I don't know if it was being used before then or whether they were just doing that to stop people driving cars up here, I don't really know.
God, it's a bit of a beast this, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
you don't realise when you look at it on a map, it's quite deep, isn't it? Yeah.
Loads of time.
You see what it's popular with the old BMXs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a free mountain bike fun area, isn't it?
Right.
So this is a loading platform.
Yeah. Well, I can't find any information about this or what you know, all about this chalk bit anywhere online.
Do you think this was a building at some point? But I mean, how long have you been up here? How long have you known this to be here?
Well, I'm nearly 40 and I come up here and I was probably 8 or 9.
So it could be 50s or wartime then, really, couldn't
Like I
it?
said, when I first come up here, this whole place was like, you see how overgrown it is now. When you went up to the top, you could not see. It was like it was even like I went up here. It was even a sunny day like this, and it was so bright because of the white chalk. It made your eyes hurt. Even coming up here when we used to start riding bikes up here, you'd come up here and your eyes would have to acclimatise to it for a while because it was so white and so bright everywhere.
Yeah.
If you see up there, you can see that sort of bit of land that's flat, and then there's like a dip like that.
Yep.
Well, that's actually one of the jumps that we used to do, but that's the old entranceway. That used to come down here, and I can't remember exactly, but I think it used to curve around here, come down here, and then join up with this bit.
So there was another clump of land that's been taken out of the way.
You can see that sort of face there, can you?
Yeah.
Sort of jutting out a little bit. That, I'm sure it used to come out, come down slightly, come round to the left, but also come round to the right. And hidden over there's another little bit that used to come down as well. But that's how it used to be. When I come up here, what they were doing, they were getting rid of all that. And the next time I come up here, it was like it is, and it's been like that ever since.
Hey!
Yeah.
We've got a madness. Madness! So, this is where there could be some possible entrances, is it?
Yep.
Oh, bloody hell. Bit of a mission. Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, brickwork up in the back. Over here. So there's brickwork up here. The back of a back wall. Right, I should have really worn my shitty coat. Oh, hello. Yeah, that looks interesting.
One thing I have just realised, I didn't notice before, this is actually a roof here.
Yeah. So it could be a building that's inside there as well. Let's have a look up here then. What have we got? Oh yeah. That's interesting. That looks like that's been backfilled, isn't it?
It looks like it was stairs going down or something, doesn't it?
That looks like it's been backfilled. Indeed. Well, well, well.
This has been here for years and years and years. I've never known anybody else ever mention it ever.
No. Oh, shit. Sorry. So there we go. That is something to be explored, possibly. Wonder if I'd have to go back before you lose all that shit that's in there.
I don't know.
If somebody wanted to dig that out, possibly, it might be of interest. What's this up here then?
Well, if you look, you can just see the back of the wall, but it's then that's all. There's just, you know,
It's just rock onto wall.
You know, whatever this is all been piled in there, I guess.
Oh yeah, that's and there's another archway over there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the one of it.
Does that look like an archway?
I don't know if that's just another face to the wall, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Is it? I don't know.
It's another archway, is it?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't think. I think it's just another face to this wall.
It looks like it. Oh yeah, maybe. It's another face of a wall. Yeah.
But again, look, if you see that corrugation, that looks like that's some sort of roof originally, doesn't it? Or that was sort of part of the mine workings or mine building or something. But I've never read anything about anyone going underground here.
No.
What I do know is they pulled out a load of fossils from there, and it's a site of special scientific interest.
Yeah.
I did wonder whether that was something to do with that, because that was done quite like. But I think that was done in the
Doesn't
50s
really
or
go
something.
anywhere, that bit. Ah, okay. Well, that is interesting. I mean, we'll to let people know, and maybe some mad bastard will come down and dig this out.
And there's nothing online to sort of suggest what it could be there.
I've looked for old pictures, I've put in every description you can think under mining, quarrying,
Yeah.
Harnham chalk pit. It's actually called West Harnham chalk pit.
Yeah.
And the bunker that's the nuclear bunker, the Salisbury bunker, I believe was built in East Harnham chalk pit.
Right.
And then covered over.
Ah.
I mean, perhaps a lot of this up here has been backfilled. You know, there might be a lot more to this than we can see. They possibly built up a whole, like a lot of this here might have been much lower level. You know, what we're standing on now. Everything we're standing on could have just been filled up here.
I don't know if you can get out that way, it might be a bit clearer.
Okay.
And this corner,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looks like there's a passage. So you park a car here and no one bats an eyelid. I don't
Sure.
think many people know this bunker exists.
Right then, bunkers it is.
You like this one?
We're recording, yeah. It's quite a way in then.
Yeah, it's a little bit of walk, yeah. Probably 8 miles, not too far.
Right. And far enough back from the road to make it a little bit awkward for, you know, if the Germans had invaded and this was sort of behind enemy lines then, you know, and these were the resistance fighters really, weren't they? They would have been, you know, reporting back secretly if Britain had been overrun. But there's a bit of a path or a track here. Do you think this has got anything to do with pointing us to where this is, or is it just...
I think it possibly is. There's paths all over this bit of woods, but this is probably the biggest sort of road like car-side path.
Yeah.
And it isn't always here. It looks like they've cut this recently. I've come here before and you can't tell where this path is. I think coming in the winter is the easiest fun. If you come in the summer, it's just so overgrown that you struggle to find where you're going.
Sure. So again, you've been coming here since you were a kid, is it?
Not this one, no. Actually, I was only told about this one probably nearly 10 years ago. A friend of mine told me that he'd seen this up in the woods and did I know about it. And I was quite surprised because, again, it's a place where I've ridden bikes a lot when I was younger. Yeah, and we came up here then and there was no access then, all the grates were locked, but since then they're all open now. I don't know who opened them.
Yeah, I was actually told about this by somebody who was trying to stop us from going into Chilmark, into the mines there, and he said, oh, you don't want to go and see these mines, you want to go and see the ones up at Salisbury. And he said it was near Wilton, and I could have sworn he said near the, was it the Land Forces place? And he said, oh, it's up on the hill there, you know, in the woods. But I think he said Hare Woods.
Hare Warren.
Hare Warren, and this is where we are now, is it?
Hare
this
Warren.
is Hare Warren.
Yeah,
so this is actually the place which I was meant to come to, but never managed to get round to. But, I mean, there's no way I'd ever find this without somebody showing me. So it's really good luck that you just contacted me on on YouTube after watching one of my videos, and then said, you know, I'm down in Salisbury and you knew this place.
Yeah.
Top job.
Well, so I think this is one of the few places left that not many people know about.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything of this. I've never seen any photos of the bunkers. I've looked and I've typed in about bunkers up here, and there were people saying, oh, there was evidence of possibly some bunkers up here, but no firm, you know, sort of visits or photographs or, you know, telling you where it was. It was just sort of somewhere up here there's some old scraps of things, and, you know, so we're going to get to see.
I think you might be referring to one of my earlier posts on a certain website.
Might have been you that talking about them. Because
before I could get in here, I didn't know what it was about, what it was, and, you know, obviously I was interested to find out, and I looked on these urban exploring websites and didn't really find anything about this one on any of them, which, you know, heightened my interest, and, you know, I just kept sort of finding out about it, really.
Yeah.
There is some more, there is other pictures on websites of this place, but, you know, they are harder to find. I think there's only a few that I know of.
We're quite a way back in now, aren't we?
Yeah. We're nearly there now.
Yeah. So well away from the main tracks, and certainly, you know, back away from the road a bit. So it's tucked away.
There is actually a house in the woods. There's two houses, one down the bottom and one just over that way that someone lives in. But yeah, you're quite away from it. You can hear the dogs barking sometimes.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
When you come in off the path, you can see that little bit.
So apparently he's talking about a dip here. Let's go around this way. Avoid.
We're going the wrong way then. What?
So. Aha. Yeah, we can kind of see. We'll walk up on it slowly and see whether you can spot it. It's quite discreet, but it's very small as well. Very small. You wouldn't really. You could easily pull a bit of camouflage netting or put some leaves over something like this, couldn't you? So that you won't be able to see what was there as we're walking towards it. Lo and behold, we have like an air breather.
That was the main entrance.
Right.
Actually, this was, they capped it in 1944, and then they came back, recut it to let a hole out for the bats and put that grill on there.
Right, okay.
So this isn't the original cap. They've come back and redone this and then installed the grill.
So this would have been the main entrance. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, that's for a trip over. So it would have been the main entrance in here.
Yeah.
And this little entrance.
This is nothing. You can see part of the counterweight mechanism for the bunker hatch there. Look.
Right.
That's always been sat around here somewhere.
Yep.
This is just part of a roof collapse. I think there's actually a storeroom before you go into the main bunker, which was used as a disguise room. So if people got into the main hatch, they would think it was just an underground store.
Wow.
With a load of like, I don't know, boxes and stuff. There had been a false door that you could have gone through into the main bunker. There's also there, if you see, there's an air vent here.
Right. Yeah, you can see the drop down there, it's quite good.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's not the way in.
That is not the way in, right. Okay, so still got some excitement then, some mystery. Yeah. Ah. Right. Now we're talking. Bloody hell.
That goes about 20 foot that way and then about 30 foot that way, and then the bunker's all...
So as you're saying, it goes
that way, about 20 foot I think it is, and at 90 degrees that way for about another 30 foot. It's quite a...
it's all underneath there. Excellent. Wow.
No, I've never got in this way. I can always adjust them when I get down there.
Cool.
Well, that's easy enough. Apparently this would have been the water tank and the toilet.
Right. Well, I'll have to join you in a second.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to jump down first, so I'll have to turn the camera off, jump down.
Yeah. Cold, you're going to wait in the car, but it ain't that cold now, is it?
Right. Way up. I'll have to blur that bum crack out.
Well, it's dark in there.
Right. Am I going to be adventurous and try and do this with one hand, or are you going to hold the camera for me?
Oh, I didn't realise you were trying. You've been a peck. So
It's alright.
There's not enough room for me to be in here, and...
Yeah, just hold him up straight. That's it.
Here you go.
Secret vault. Whoa, what we got here then? Let's have a quick look at what we got then. Yeah. All right, let's get big torches on, big boys on. There we go. Look at that. That is the biz.
Let me get down here and get out the other tunnel, and you can get a bit better pictures.
Yeah. I'll just wait for you to get down there. Ooh.
This bit here
Yeah.
is wooden beams, and it's pretty safe, but I never like to hang around there too long.
Okay. See you in a minute. Oh, bloody hell. Here we go.
Ready for this one?
Right. Let's get this in then. I love this wide angle lens. You can see everything. Wow. Look at this. Oh, this is so cool, man. It's going to be one of the coolest bunkers I've ever been in.
I did tell you.
Crawling along. Look, that's the way we've just come in. It's just to... Let's get them there in. That. You see. Down there on his own. Like I can just about stand up. Oh, hang on. I can just about stand up. Right, hang on. Let's see if I can just do it. So I have to crawl. Wow. It's not easy. My knees are killing.
Your back will be open as well.
Yeah. But it's better than crawling.
Yeah, it is.
Right, what we got in here then? Wow. Right. Just trying to get my steady cam to go into like, that's it. So we can look at things mode. Right, so we've got these little holes, pipes, and turns right into a doorway, and it goes right up into this. Wow. And we've got some writing here, look. 1980, Limbo, Dunga, and there's the tunnel that we've just come through on the way back. Excellent.
Original writing here, you'll love this.
Cool. Whoa. So here we are, like you can see, That's curved. There we go. Have you switched the tunnel lights off? Wow. Cool. Oh, this is amazing.
You see the lines where that would have been hand done.
Yeah, the lines were etched in.
That's the generator room. This is obviously the comms room.
Wiring.
Everything's switch gear up there.
Electric. It's quite thick wiring as well, high ampage.
Well,
there's a lot of wires. And there's a little thing. It actually goes up and to the right for the air there. So this, yeah, comms room. These are all little booths, so each person would have probably had their own little radio or something here, isn't it? Because they're all for like somebody sitting down with paper or radios. And this is where all the electric was going to.
I believe it had radios and telephones down here.
Yeah. You had your own little light thing, and a switch for the light switch, which is no longer here. Nails and wires. Those are wires there. These are actually wires coming straight through. Wires coming straight through the wood. That just seems a very strange thing to do, but well, you got wires.
That might have been the actual backing of the switch. You know, would have stopped it from.
Yeah. Which way do you want to go?
Don't mind. This is the generator room. Apparently this was some sort of contraption that was designed to disguise the noise of the generators. The exhaust fumes went in there, and I guess it was like an exhaust, but you know, like a silencer on a car, I guess.
Yeah. Look, we've got H&JA, 1st of August 58. 1958. It's amazing. Yeah. All light switches.
There's names down there that I recognise.
Yeah. Some people left their marks. Yeah. There's one from 18 to 2018. Somebody's been in there this year.
Recently, yeah.
Yeah. We've got another one of these air breathers up here, which goes again. It goes down in that direction. And we've got the exhausts here. And possibly this would have been air in. So this is air in, and that's exhaust out. Metal pipe.
I think they're all. Well, I assume they're all ceramic. All the ones on the top are all ceramic.
Yeah, it does look like it's ceramic actually. Yeah, it does.
Apparently, originally you would have been able to see the little vents coming out with a little cap on the top, but you know, the sort of thing that gets kicked off. And they probably kicked that off when they decapped the bunker, didn't they? When they capped the bunker.
Yeah. Wow, look at this door. Look at this door. It's a little treasure. This is real, so antique. Oh, it's not on, so I better not pull it. But it's a real antique door. That. You know, look at the height. You know, it's really low. You have to squeeze down to get through there. The hinges here. Look at that for a bit of kit. It's amazing, you know, and a little angle as well, you know, little cutout angle. And looks like there would have been a separate second door here. This was a walkway through, an electrical cable coming through the floor, up the side here, probably to a switch. More cables going through there, a light just there, but a pipe carrying the electric cables coming through. possible air or sewage or something there. You can see this stuff is rusty, but still quite solid. You know, it's still quite solid. Some beams. Is this wood?
Yeah, it's wood. Just like trunking for the cable, isn't it?
There's wooden trunking on there, yeah. Right.
I reckon this is the dormitory, if you call it, the bunk beds. There's 4 bunk beds here.
Yeah.
I think this was the kitchen. I can't find any thing to tell you exactly what this is, but I did read that they would have had a way of extracting the cooking fumes so that you couldn't tell above what was going on. And there's a little.
Ah, it's a hood.
So I reckon this is a. Yeah, and this is stone, I think.
Yeah.
So I think that's where they would have kept food cooked.
So this, as you can see here, is a wooden hood, and the light switches on the wall here, and then a pipe at the highest point to take the fumes out, get them out. Look at this down here, sort of metal beds. Somewhere a little bit softer, somebody could sleep, and possibly even a little doorway here. Is that a door? Is that on hinges?
Yes, there is hinges there. Look, there's 2 hinges down the bottom there. And there's 2 hinges on the next bit of wood.
Yeah. So they had hinges, so they could bunk stuff under there.
Little vent panel.
Little vent. There's a vent there, and a little vent way going through into the next.
Yeah.
Into the next room there. So what we got over here, this is more of the same. We've got an air hole in the ceiling, and if we look back the way we came, put a bit of writing on the wall here. Let's just see, 2004. Yeah. Oh, we got a drain in the floor as well. So you got a drain hole down there. It's interesting. So we've got this big, this is a thick piece of wood. That's a thick old thing. Is that a table or?
This is actually the door.
That's a door.
Like how this would work is a door here as well, okay? How this would have worked is this room here, they would have, that's the main entrance there.
Yeah.
You can see. That's leading up to that cap bit, and that's the big hole with a grill above it here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this bit here, they would disguise this as a storeroom. So there would have been shelving in here with, like, I don't know, maybe even ammo boxes or rations or things like that. So if someone got in here, they would have just thought, oh, it's just some sort of underground, like, ammo store or something like that.
Yeah.
But there would have been shelves all behind this door, and then you could have pulled the door open and then you could go into the main bunker then. It meant that if they did hear anybody down there, like Germans or that, they had time to obviously get out the emergency escape tunnel before they actually found their way into the bunker.
Yeah.
This bit here is.
This is very thick. This is seriously
you can
thick.
see if you come in. And that was designed as a blast door.
That's not your normal type of door. That is, as he said,
an old school blast door. That is. There's a lock there. That's quite nice.
Yeah. That's where shelves would have probably gone in or something like that, isn't it?
Well, that's a door lock, isn't it? There's a lock.
Lock mechanism.
Yeah, look.
Oh yeah.
And this is obviously where the water tank would have been.
Yeah.
And I wonder whether, well, the diesel tank they must have had down the other end. You would have thought they'd run diesel for the generators or petrol even all the way down the other end, would you? But possibly. So there's actually a pipe up there as well, so I don't know if that's just like a vent pipe or that's actually a feed in, so they had fresh water in here.
Yeah, that looks like it's got like tapping on the end, isn't it? It's got thread.
Threads, yeah.
It's got thread. So yeah, water in maybe from outside. Mains water, do you think, or from a long way off? You can see it's been
surprised, but you know they do some crazy things in the military when they want to build stuff.
Yeah, this is all like fallen down. The wood here is like collapsed in, and it looks like the concrete's a bit unstable up there as well. You know, possibly you know, you've had something. You can see that there's daylight getting in there. Let me turn this light off. Turn this light off. You can see light getting in there from the surface. Getting back on. Is it safe to get through there?
Yeah, it's fine. I'll show you.
Try not to touch anything.
Okay, it's just that bit. One thing that is interesting, I'll show you in this tunnel.
Whoa. So this is where a lot of it's collapsed in, and that's the grill there. That's the big grill that we saw with these two pieces of wood you saw underground, and then
Remembrance with another blast door behind you, I believe.
so that's another blast door there.
Maybe. Interesting thing is, if you look at this, it's designed to look like concrete slabs,
Yeah,
but it actually isn't.
yeah, it's just a facing. It's a facing. It's a facing that goes on there. Look how thin it is. Yeah, it's just got breeze blocks behind it.
But why would they then go into trouble to make it look like it's blocks? That's just what I've never understood.
Yeah.
Because that isn't. If you look at that, that is they've put that in there. That's not separate blocks, is it?
No. It's just scree, isn't it? They just put it in like a face. Yeah. Okay.
And then this is obviously where it would have been the original, the entrance way. There's some steps going up. You can just see going that way.
Right.
Which makes me think. So I know that they capped this with concrete, and must be where they originally chiselled in to then make that other vent. Because I know they did that and then sort of concreted that vent in.
Yeah.
After it was capped.
Steps there. Steps. Okay. And steps up to there. And yeah. And this is the little hole where we saw the thing on the top. So you've got concrete and rebar going through the concrete here in different directions. You can see the lines of the different rebar there going through the concrete reinforcement, and just a few bits of wood reinforcing here. So quite interesting. Yeah, this is really good.
Just like a concrete lintels across the top.
Yeah. Unless that's just a millimetre thick. So it does actually look like they've skimmed the surface.
It does, doesn't it?
They have, like, literally around here. You can see it's like they've done a concrete skim, and then they've just, like, you know, brushed it across, and then they've done a concrete skim here. They've just put it on like plaster. You know, instead of putting plaster on there, they put concrete on there, plastered it, and then just buried some lines into the concrete. But it's actually really thin. Yeah, well spotted, man. It's very interesting they would do that, isn't it?
Especially when the rest of the tunnel was just like corrugated steel.
Maybe it's professional pride, you know, somebody.
Quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like you're going into an old tunnel here when you see all these bits of wood sort of stacked up and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like an old mine or something you're just about to enter. Makes you think, is it safe? But
These big caps, I guess that's a big like, thing to put behind the door, you know, to sort of door opening.
yeah, there's a big old yeah. You think that would have been where they'd put a bar through, like a metal bar or something?
Well, actually, if you look at the door there, there's a scope for it, and actually there's a lock there. It's still on the door. I didn't notice.
Let's have a look. Whoops. Let's get around the other side.
There's a keyway on this side.
Whoa, still got the key, the lock, look. It's actually still got the bloody lock. Isn't that amazing?
I love this place.
Isn't that amazing? Got the old lock. Wow.
I've got an email somewhere with the names of the 4 ladies that were stationed down there.
Really?
Yep. The bloke I spoke to had been in contact with one of them. I should try and find that email and see if he ever went. He was planning to go and speak to her.
Is she still alive?
I believe one of them was, yeah.
Wow. That would be good, getting an interview with them about what they did down here.
Yeah, I'll try and find the email and get in contact with the bloke again and see if he ever did. Like I said, he was interested in the radio side of it. He wanted to see what bits of wire they used down there.
Yeah.
For cabling.
Quite thin concrete here, look, you know, that's only about, you can sort of see, whoops, you can see it's only about that thick, so, and it looks like it's been made in place, you know, because it's sort of curved back, you know, looks like that's been made in situ. So there's a number of sort of homemade concrete bits. Here, that's just plasterboard, or it's not plasterboard, it's like chipboard, isn't it?
Actually, mate, I think that's asbestos.
Oh really, yeah. That's asbestos, you don't want to mess with that then. A little look. Don't really want that. Yeah. So these little booths that they would have had their equipment in. 3 booths. It's amazing.
The last one of its type.
Right then. And we've got a little dweller on the wall. Occupant is still here.
And a wood.
Yeah. A bit of wood up on the ceiling there.
So that you can see it. I knew that they would have had the cable would have run down there and run out towards the end.
Yeah, you can see the little tacks.
I've actually read that somewhere as well.
Yeah. And some sort of drainage system there.
That looks like it goes the full length of the I wonder if that was the toilet. Because the toilet, I read the toilet was down the other end, and that was all. But then I've read also that was a water tank down the other end. And that seemed to be the water tank, didn't it? So
yeah,
it does make sense that would be the toilet, because you'd have a toilet as far away from your living accommodation as possible.
Yeah, sure.
No, I wonder if that's some sort of big main water drain or something like that. It obviously comes from the part of the bunker that huge bit, doesn't it? And this is.
Cool.
Here we go again then.
Just the big walk. There's the things on the walls going down. See all the way down.
You know, I'm going to fancy draining much, and I know why.
Yeah. Yeah, spiders on the ceiling. I'm collecting them as I'm going along. Probably be my clothes now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there was a cable running halfway along. Bit of wood on the ceiling.
Oh, sorry, there's a spiders down there, because you've got to come down there.
Got a hole there, look. that hole to this hole. Little rabbit warren. It's the rabbit warren at Hare Warren. It's really clean actually, there's like hardly any sort of there's hardly any spiders or anything down there. What's over the top? That looks like a water tank.
Yeah. No, so I've read this is probably the toilet.
Toilet block, yeah. And then there's a little thing like that in the ceiling over there. So amazing. Good stuff. And then we're back at the entrance. Well, nice one, Toby. Thanks for showing us that one.
No problem at all.
That's brilliant, man. Get it. Like a pro. Right. If I hand this to you, you can film us getting there if you want. Whoa. The piece of wood gave way. Excellent. Thank you. Putting it back on. I wonder why somebody's put the blue on there. It's almost like as if to make it easier to see in the mud or something.
Maybe, or I mean, this when I come in here.
And look, it's blue on there as well. It's like they painted the wall blue for some reason. And they painted that blue.
There's some just blue graffiti there, so.
Yeah.
I think that's just some.
So here we go, back in the woods. And if you want to know if you're in the right place, look, you've got this on a tree. Little graffiti crop circle symbol almost. A little bit hard on the back getting through, walking along. Sort of hunched over, but doesn't last too long. But yeah, very interesting. I've heard that there was stuff like that at Savernake Forest. Certainly they were storing stuff in the forest under just canopies, so they would have it there with camouflage netting over the top. But I have heard rumours that there are slight sort of underground rooms and things there as well in the forest, so that would be quite Savernake Forest. Yeah, so it'd be quite interesting to see if there was actually anything there of a similar nature which anybody could point us out to. So if you know about Savernake Forest, let us know.
lift me up so high. I never touched the ground. You needed me to sing the song of the ancient whispers over ancient seas and under ancient skies. I fly. I fly.
Right, we're here with Kayleigh, and Kayleigh's actually the owner of the building, and she's going to show us around. She's very kindly offered to take us on the guided tour. So, show us your bunker, Kayleigh. So this is as far as we got before, and then behind big metal door we have big glass door.
So so this is the original bunker door that was here when we first took it over, and then we kind of redeveloped from this point onwards, really. So this is the entrance tunnel.
I think so.
I don't mind. I'll chat to you about that as we there you go.
This obviously slopes downhill a little bit. It's maybe deceptive, you can't see that, but we're actually probably at about that sort of angle going down, so it's quite steep. It's fairly steep. What would you put that as, a 30? Oops.
Yeah, it is pretty...
30 degrees, it's got to be, I reckon. So tilt the camera down. There we are then. So you've got a little bit of heating in here. You said you described this as the damp,
yes.
the cold, damp exterior.
So this part of the bunker was actually built separately to the other part. So you've got a bit of a seam when we get down to the bottom. So you tend to get, sometimes it gets its own kind of weather system in here. We've had clouds in the tunnel before, which is quite cool.
That's funny. The last time I saw clouds was in a big cave in Wales. We went down about 300 feet, and in the middle there were these clouds.
I think it's where it's got a bit of moisture in it, and you get the heat and the cold kind of hit each other, and you sort of get a bit of fog sometimes.
Wow,
that
interesting.
Looks quite cool, so we're okay with that.
And it looks like you're very well prepared for
fire.
Yeah,
yes.
That must be a big concern.
Because we only have one entrance and exit, we have smoke detection, heat detection, sprinkler system with independently operated sprinkler heads throughout the building, smoke extraction, and 1 hour fire doors on each section.
Right.
So,
excellent. Well, were these original, or did you put these in?
No, we put these in. We spoke to the fire service originally about making use of the old escape shaft and basically taking the wall out there to make another fire exit.
Yeah.
But their preference was that we used sprinkler systems instead because they have a much better success rate actually in a building like this.
Yeah.
That was another thing actually. Funnily enough, it was used for the fire service to train down here. So yeah, they were quite familiar with the building when we took it on, which was good.
Excellent. So we've got a little map here, which is probably hard to see, but we're in this entranceway here, and we're actually going to walk in. So let's give it a go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. I've heard it's about 20 metres long, this. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 footsteps long.
Yeah.
So nice new doors.
So this space was originally the decontamination chamber, which you might have seen on your map. So there was like a decontamination shower here.
Right.
And this was originally a doorway into the generator room. So we just kind of moved some doors around.
Yeah, standby generator, you can see it on the side there.
Yeah.
So then there's this to the right, which...
Yeah, so this is a storage cupboard that we just put in off of this space.
Okay.
Just to give us a little bit of extra room.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
If I take you into this one first. This was originally the generator room. So the original door was this side.
Right.
And this whole stage area was, there was a huge Lister generator, fuel tank, that all the walls were covered in switches and dials, and it did look kind of quite interesting in here.
And are these original pipes on the ceiling?
No, so we replaced the whole ventilation system.
Right.
The only thing that we did make use of are up top where you filmed before. There's several ventilation shafts, so we use 2 of those, I believe, one in and one out now, and the others are cut off.
Right.
So yeah, this is where it connects to the outside, these 2 here.
Right, okay, so that would be that one and that one. And you've got some other interesting ones by here with little special mini pipes on them and weird stuff.
Yeah, so this one, this is bespokely made for the building. So this is our smoke extraction system. It extracts smoke from what is known as the escape way. So basically the corridor we came down and this main corridor outside. And it works on a water pressure system. I don't understand it fully. It's very complicated, but a chap that used to work on fire systems for submarines came up with this. So
wow.
It's quite cool.
Can we have a little look? Is it all right?
Yeah.
So you don't see this very often, but there's a lot of clever stuff going on there.
It was
Pipes.
all handmade, that one.
Pipes from Submarine Man.
So yeah, that's all completely independent to the main ventilation system, because in the event of a fire, these with their fire collars obviously shut off, so that you keep each room as its own thing.
Okay.
So you couldn't utilise this to remove smoke from the building, because obviously it seals. So yeah, that's why we have our special weird independent thing.
So is any of this special soundproofing then? Because since you've come in, you've put new walls in, so these are kind of different to the original layout, are they?
To some extent. I mean, the room itself is kind of as it was, apart from the door being moved. Mainly because we wanted to make use of the fact that we almost had a natural stage, which was kind of quite cool. So the rooms, because all of the walls are reinforced concrete and are horrendously thick. It takes about 3 days to drill through them. It was really, really difficult to kind of put anything in originally.
Right.
Our poor building firm, I don't know that they realised what they'd bit off.
You got the quote first and then invited them to see what they were quoting for, was it?
Like that, to be honest. So the rooms are insulated from sound quite well independently, and obviously we're so far underground that when we did the original sound test, we put rock concert volume in the main space, and upstairs you can't hear anything.
Outside, no.
Yeah. So there's nothing. And again, these ventilation systems, when they go outside, have got sound collars on them as well, so that they don't take anything up to the top.
Excellent.
So yeah, we can make lots of noise down here.
Yeah, it's the ideal place, really, isn't it? Yeah. Even though I did read that they make you shut at 9, even though you're not going to cause any trouble, but they make you shut early. That's a shame, isn't it?
It is.
When you've done your probation period of about 10 years, they'll probably let you stay open until about 11 o'clock. Then
that would be nice.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But it's nice to see it being used for something now after being empty for so long.
Sure.
To change it into.
That's a great use. It's a really good use, yeah. I mean, you see so many of these getting sort of trashed by people. I think you were going to tell us a story about the middle room in a bit, but about being certain things going on when you weren't here in the past. Great. So we've kind of seen this was the generator room then. So we'll have a good look around. I don't know if Jane wants to be on camera, so you'll have to scoot around if you don't want to be seen, but so all good. Right, shall we get on to the next one? Thanks very much.
We'll come back to the studio in a minute, so I need to look up the code for that one.
No problem.
So this is the garage band room, or that's what we call it. This was a bit of a novelty idea, because most bands learn to play in their parents' garage. We thought it would be funny to put a garage door in and kind of make poke fun a little bit of that idea.
So it doesn't really go anywhere then?
No, it doesn't. It rolls up and there's a green screen behind it, so they can shoot music videos and bits and pieces against it.
Dual use, excellent.
But this room was originally the ventilation room. So along this wall there were 3 huge, great big pieces of equipment that looked like something out of like Doctor Who, or it was really quite cool. So that was what this was used for. But this, again, the proportions and everything of this room have kind of stayed the same.
Yeah, because of the thick walls.
Indeed.
Yeah, okay. So that's good news, because I mean, I was thinking today, one of the things I was going to do is show my little placard card I've got on my phone, and then show how it had all changed. It's quite interesting to see that probably not a lot of the walls have changed then, but just what's inside them.
We've put a few in,
yeah.
but not really taken much out, just because
right.
It's quite difficult. The other thing is the ceiling is probably about 2 foot lower than it was. It's a false ceiling that we put in to hide a lot of the electrical stuff. So,
gotcha, right.
It was a bit different originally.
So lots of big air equipment.
Yes.
Yeah. And that obviously goes through to the room that we were just in, so that's going right through it. And carrying on that way, we'll see it in the next room probably.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is the main space. This is probably the area that changed the most from what was originally here. So this room was like a map room originally, so there were some sort of old maps and bits and pieces still on the walls when we came in. And what is now the kitchen was a bathroom originally, and we kind of cut a little bit of extra wall out there because it was just a door,
right.
so that we could make a kind of hatch type thing. And then this side, so this is a false wall that we put in. So this room did extend a little bit further that way, and again this was like a map space that kind of ran off of this. And then this is where we made the biggest change, so we cut this out here and put the beam across, which took about 4 days with laser cutters and lots of water, and it was hard going. And this was its kind of own independent room, and it had kind of bunk beds and creepy old hospital screens and things in it originally. But yeah, now this is kind of like, this is the main youth space for the business. So on a Friday we run a youth service, and kids come down, play pool, listen to music, horrendously loud.
So were some of those things here then, like you say, the screens and the beds were actually still left in the place?
Yes.
Wow.
So what we did was the lister generator, the ventilation equipment, and some of the typewriters we gave to a local charity that were interested in displaying it in their museum. It's not far from here. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but it was kind of nice to keep some of that stuff rather than just see it go in the tip.
Yeah, it's quite unusual to actually get places that have got stuff in them. It seems to be, anything that's known about it gets soon cleared. But
it was really untouched, surprisingly.
Wow.
Given that previously it had been broken into quite a lot, as we talked about before.
Yeah.
The floor when we first came down was in really bad condition. It was just black, and we had no idea that there was oak parquet underneath.
Yeah, we haven't really looked down, have we? And we're standing on one of the most interesting features, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we were really lucky.
Wooden
I
floor.
mean, this is really beautiful flooring.
And this was all as you found it, apart from maybe a polish, I would imagine.
Yeah, no, we had a very patient floor company come in and spend about 3 days sanding off the top layer.
Yeah.
But we've got quite a lot of sort of burn marks along it, which we left in because it's kind of quite nice from a character point of view, but that was where people broke in and set fires on the floor, and there's a smiley face somewhere as well that someone put there. So yeah, it's kind of nice to keep a little bit of something there.
Right, so we'll have a quick look around. So we've got this is original space, this is new wall, and this was an original doorway.
Yes.
You're saying this was an original thing. Then we've got new vents, all new, and new vents up there. Okay.
I'll show you into this one. So this was originally bathrooms.
Right, okay.
But obviously we've kind of changed this into
Quick look around.
a bit of a cooler space.
There we are. So all the way around.
But this is quite nice from the point of view of it still has the original beams along the top of the ceiling, which did have all the water storage containers along.
Above.
Yeah, so in the event that you needed some extra water.
And was the ceiling higher then as well? And
Yes,
you've reduced
so-
the ceiling height?
Yeah, so across the whole of the building it was probably another couple of foot.
Okay. And how far across would you say these water containers went? Was it just in this room here?
Yeah, so they sat along these two beams, so they were kind of square, like aluminium, and then you had piping down the walls with taps. At the
Right.
bottom.
Okay. And obviously these are just brand new and...
Yeah, so we put all of the cubicles in, but the space was essentially the same with some loos and...
Do you think anybody really want to see it? Should we show them the toilet?
They're quite cool.
Should we have a look at? Shall we? There you go, folks, because you're going to say that I didn't show you otherwise. So there, look, nice toilets.
Glamorous bathroom.
That one's pink.
Yeah.
I'm expecting it's a different colour.
No,
it's still pink.
I feel like I'm disappointed.
No, I was thinking it's going to be different, isn't it? And might even have garage, some slats and weird stuff in it, but yeah.
I picked out the liner.
And this room is the size of half the bunker, I think. Yes.
Yeah, that's our disabled.
Yeah.
Disabled blue, that one.
But still, and that's the back wall, is it? That's as far as you can go. So that's the full extent of the bunker then. So
that was the other thing that was done. So all the external walls were skinned, so that we, to combat kind of damp and things like that. But to be honest, when we came in, it was really dry. It was in really good condition, apart from the inevitably damp corridor at the top.
right.
So that door originally led to the escape shaft, which we've blocked off now, from the point of view of you don't particularly want children climbing up rusty metal rungs to a concreted off top.
Yes.
But I think eventually, when funds allow, our original idea was to put some reinforced glass or perspex on the top and light it so that you could look down from above, because I think it'd be quite nice to kind of keep that feature. But yeah, that'll come a bit later, I think. But that's the idea.
Is it still possible to view that?
No, it's this full of
junk
and it's damp and it's not very nice generally. But
we don't mind not very nice, but you sort of no, okay, we were not allowed to see the bad bit.
There is some footage of it that was taken before we changed the whole place over, so I could have a look for that for you, so you can see it, because it is a nice feature. Which is why we'd like to open it back up.
Sure. Okay.
So yeah, this is the kitchen, as we touched on before. So this was originally bathrooms when we put a false wall in, so we've got a little bit of storage again behind there. And yeah, it's just a bit of a tuck shop for the kids, really. Sell nutritious things like Space Raiders and popcorn.
Yeah, you'd think that the people who made these bunkers would have probably tried to put some colour in like this, when they were making them, so that it would be a bit better for the people that were down here. They should have had you in to do the decor,
It's nice. I mean, we kept a lot of it quite neutral in terms of the white, but tried to use lighting to make it more interesting. So we've got strip lights as well. These were the original strip lights that were in all of the rooms.
Oh, right.
So
it's worth looking at then.
We kept those so that we can switch from night light to daylight, and the chandeliers turn off, and you can have just the purple at night when you're having a bit of a party. So.
But these are literal originals.
Yes.
Because they're in good nick there, aren't they?
They took a bit of cleaning.
Right, so you were looking a bit brown, were they, at first?
I liked the idea that they were suspended. I thought it is quite industrial, it's quite a nice thing to have kept.
Yeah. This wasn't original, I don't think. I can't imagine the government splashing out on these, but...
No, but after the parquet flooring, who knows?
Oh, the floor, yeah. you're onto something there. Maybe they could have done it. Yes. So all new pipes, and the pipes coming through from the other rooms that we saw, coming straight through. Yeah. And of course the floor. I'll just catch there's some of these marks on the floor you were talking about with the burn patches and things like that, was it?
Oh, this was the other thing, the red blocks that you've got there. So when the flooring company came in, because the floor was so filthy, they assumed that it would be some kind of cheaper redwood parquet. So they patched it before they sanded. And then we kind of got a phone call like, oh, we found out that it's oak actually underneath. But again, I kind of quite liked the idea that you could see where it had been replaced, and it just sort of adds to it a little bit.
But yeah, actual oak this is, my God, yeah. So, great. The mystery tour continues.
So this one, I think, on the original plan was a kitchen, possibly.
Right.
So this, because this has the ventilation to the bathroom that runs through it, which obviously is a little bit noisy. This room is a silent rehearsal room, so everything, all the kids' musical equipment goes through that strange contraption in the middle of the room, and they wear headphones, so it cuts out all the background noise. But this one originally had like a kitchen sink and some cupboards and bits and pieces over that side, and again the steel beams over the top supported water containers.
The I-beams, and so it was water containers here all the way through. Is this another false wall?
No, so that's where the original wall was.
Oh, right,
that
okay.
had all the kind of built-in units, sink, that kind of thing on it. So I think this was, and the floor in here was like quarry tiles.
Right.
So yeah, it was sort of a kitchen space.
Very interesting. And of course you've got the nuclear bunker obligatory radiation sign. So very good.
We had to poke a little bit of fun at that.
Yeah. We're not getting a dose of radiation whilst we're in here, I hope.
This is our optimistic countdown clock, which counts up instead of down.
Oh, right. Oh, I see, yeah.
We thought it would be quite cool to have a countdown clock, and yeah, no, it goes up rather than down, which is really irritating.
Yeah. Well, at least you're moving further away from the end of the world.
Yeah, exactly.
So, oh, good, okay.
And I'll just look up the code to get into the studio.
Thanks.
So I have a terrible memory of numbers.
I would assume that if you were practicing in there, the noise would probably get in here a bit more in this room, so that's why it's good to have a quiet...
Yeah, it makes a bit more sense to have the quiet room in there.
And that's just a very small store cupboard, that is it?
So, again, it's full of everything. But, yeah, so this is where it kind of went back to originally, and it has all the light switches and the electrics and bits and pieces in as well.
Sure, that they weren't originally, the electrics didn't come into this position, did it?
So they were originally in what was the generator room, so everything was in there as a hub.
Okay.
The other thing that was quite good fun was trying to get internet down here.
Well, yeah, because each room has to have its own Wi-Fi repeater, I would have thought.
Well, we were lucky in that because it was used as a communications bunker originally, the chap that had originally wired it up from BT was still knocking around in the area. So we sort of, through about 6 different people, got hold of him, and he was like, I know where there's a thing that we can plug a thing into that might mean it works. So he came down, and fortunately it did its thing, and to be fair, it's quite good. It will get to all of the rooms apart from the old generator room. Right. So that's the only one that's a bit flaky on Wi-Fi, so quite well. I think I remember it.
Good old things, these steady cams.
So this was, again, like I said, the false walls that side. So this was a slightly bigger space originally. and you had all along this wall were like cubicles with typewriters in, and the whole top of it was loads and loads of wires, which I assume were some kind of secure communication network, and it kind of went all across this one room. And yeah, now this is our studio. So
Did it have a studio like the BBC would have an emergency broadcast studio in here?
no, it was literally lots of different cubicles with chairs, typewriters, that sort of thing in it. And it was quite eerie because it looked like it had been left yesterday, if you know what I mean. And, you know, some of the keys on the typewriters were still depressed, and it was quite cool. Again, a lot of the typewriters went to a local museum for safekeeping, because it was quite a nice sort of thing to still have. But yeah, it was quite empty other than that.
So this had a wall, and you did this cutting, did you, to put this window
so
in?
This again is a false wall.
Oh, it's a false wall. Yeah.
This space was one space, and it extended a little bit further than that yellow wall into the next room. There was a kind of makeshift kind of storage area over this side, but that was it.
Right. But this is a good little recording studio, and you've got what's your sort of, how many channels can you record at once then?
I think we're 32 in
32,
here at the moment,
not bad.
Yeah, we've just invested in some new equipment for this room, so we've kind of got an idea if we want it to feel quite vintage when you record in here. So I'm looking at buying some kind of valve amps, and to give it that kind of more sort of 60s, 70s warm sound.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of recording studios you go and they're the same, and it can feel a bit over-processed radio quality, which we don't really like. So. But yeah, I'll take you through to the control room as well.
Thank you. Double doors on this one. Soundproofing. Thanks.
Yeah, so this is where the magic happens in this room.
And a comfy chair for grouchy producers to scream instructions, isn't it?
Much,
Yeah. Well, the stories are true then.
Yeah, no, I tend to stay away from this space. This is not my area so much. I'm more interested in the teaching side of it, but I have a great studio apprentice who does just that.
Yeah.
He sits and he vibes for hours and tells me he's working.
The drummer needs more sound, then the guitarist needs more sound, then the singer needs more sound. By the time of they've just turned all the volume up, yeah.
You're absolutely right. All of them are like, well, I need to be higher in the mix. We can't do that, because if everyone's higher in the mix, it's just noise, chaps,
Yeah. Good stuff. But yeah, nice little setup, and view through the window. And there's not your big old mixing desk now. It's all done on.
Yeah, well, you've
a Mac.
got such good digital software nowadays. It's kind of irrelevant having a desk.
Yeah.
You used to have, you started off with the rack mounts that had all the different built-in effects, and then we went from that to one desk that had everything built into it, and now things like Logic and Cubase and other mixing software has all of that there already.
Yeah.
So you're better off buying a really good door, so that you've got decent preamps and your connection is good before you mix. So that's where we tend to spend the money now, and on things like microphones, and we've just bought a really cool microphone called a Baby Bottle, which I find quite amusing. It's that blue with the kind of bulbous top out there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so we're spending kind of more on the equipment side of things rather than the mixing desks now. But that's got a really nice vintage sound. It's quite like Aretha Franklin kind of, that kind of thing.
Cool. Right, well, we've almost done it all now. I just have a look around at the ceiling in this other room then, and you've got some awards here by the looks as well.
Yeah, no, we do quite well in the local business awards. So I still haven't won Women in Business, so yeah, it's not bugbear.
Oh, we'll put in a good word for you. I don't know what good it'll do, but you know.
I've come runner-up like 2 years in a row now, so...
Yeah, they'll go, and who are you? I'll say, we're the Secret Vault on YouTube. Yeah, as we said, who are you? Yeah. So there we are, we've got some pipes in, nice plasma LCD TV, and basically the nice wooden floors which go all the way around. Right, okay.
Yeah.
And this is the last room now, isn't it? So we've basically done it all. Well, thank you very much for the guided tour.
Oh, you're very welcome.
That's very kind. Thanks a lot,
It's nice
Kayleigh.
to meet
Bye.
you.
About to leave, I said, what's this? Because it looks like little pull-ups. Pull-ups, and you said it was a little gun cabinet, possibly, you were saying?
Well, that's my theory, because...
This is by the kitchen, by the way, so just so you know where we are. Oh, here we go. Oh, yes. There's a little pipe in there. Could have been a power cable or communications
possibly.
cable coming in.
It's,
This is original as well, is it?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Goodness.
It's quite an interesting little thing. It's got
Thank
lots-
you.
Lots of little secrets.
Not quite big enough to hide a person in, though. If you know, but yeah. Right, we're on the way back out. But it needed to film the obligatory exit as we go up. And you really can't tell if it's day or night outside walking up here. Really hard to tell what the weather or light is outside until you get about this far, and then you can see.
I fly. Oh, sister wind, you are a long and loyal friend. You lift me to the sky, a song that never dies. And all the souls you save, when all of the words are whispered over ancient seas, under ancient skies, I fly. I fly.
Derelict in silence for decades. But now there's a new sound of the underground. This Cold War bunker could soon be a musical hotspot. Ross is from Sound Emporium, a youth group that wants to turn this into a music centre. This is a very strange choice of venue you've got here, Ross.
It is, but it's so unique, it's so inspiring, and having a music venue in an underground bunker for young people is just so exciting. This area here would be the main space of the youth centre. It's bigger than the main space that we currently have. What better place to have a music venue than underground with the natural soundproofing of the earth, plus between 5 to 10 foot thick concrete walls.
The bunker was built in 1963, a place for city dignitaries to carry on running what remained of the area if the bomb dropped. Amazingly, the bunker still has some of its original fixtures, like these old typewriters here. And whilst it's not a listed building, it's still of great historical importance. And any work that has to be done here has to take that into account. So original features like this escape hatch are preserved.